Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever you had formed the earth and the world, from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. In other words, while your life and mine might be played out on a temporal stage, the backdrop of that stage is God's almighty power and grace, everlasting to everlasting, never ending, never ceding, never pulling back, always the firm place of life. There are two things I can say to you this morning. Human life is inherently good. When God breathed that breath of life into you, He looked at you and said, wow, look what I just created. Life is good. And human life is inherently finite. One morning I was dressing and heard the television, and I heard a reporter suggest that the day might soon come when human beings could have a life expectancy of 200 years. And then it was during a downturn in the stock market, he said it might take that long to get our stock backs up to where they were a few years ago. Only God is eternal, and to realize that it's not to diminish the quality of human life. In fact, just the opposite's the case. If we assume that we are going to live forever, that we have all of the time in the world, we're apt to take for granted the people around us. The time that we have been given as a precious, undeserved gift to enjoy this good life, to live it out in all of its gusto, to create within it all of the meaning and the purpose that God might have for us. We have frailty against God's eternity. We have limits against God's unlimited power and love. That we gain the knowledge to live well within each moment of our days is a true sense of wisdom that comes from on high. I think of the words attributed to Napoleon Bonaparte as he sent a young aide out to an important mission during a military campaign. He said, "Young man, go, sir, gallop, and do not forget that the world was made in 6 days. You can ask me for anything you like except time. Only God can give time. So don't waste it. Go fast." The 90th Psalm is attributed to Moses, the greatest patriarch in the faith tradition. The setting is on Mount Nebo. It's in the edge of the wilderness. They stand there and they look from that mountain and they look over into the promised land that they were going to inherit, given to them by Almighty God. Moses knew that he had taken them on quite a long journey. He also knew that he would not be going in there with him, that others would fulfill the mission that God had sent for his people. Yet, Moses makes a profound statement. "Lord, you have been our dwelling place from everlasting to everlasting. Thou art God." What a benediction, summing up everything that ultimately matters. We hold together the finite and the infinite, the temporal and the eternal. That's how it comes to embrace at the fullness measure of joy and meaning. You can't understand one without really living out the fullness of understanding of the other. If you only felt you were finite, it could be a very hopeless and depressing life, in fact. But when you live out your finite life under the shadow of the eternal that will go on forever and that loves you, and that is, in fact, your ultimate destiny, your home, your place of peace.